Call the regular city council meeting Monday, December 14th, 2015 to order. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Alderman Putoff. Here. Ferrari.
Here.
Waldorf.
Here.
Lukosius.
Here.
Radke.
Here.
Mueller. Sapienza. Payton. Mayor Harrell.
Here. Pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Do we have any presentations?
No, Your Honor.
Public comment on any of the matters on the agenda? No cards?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, we have a motion to receive the minutes and place on file.
So moved, Your Honor. Second, Your Honor.
Have a motion by Alderman Putoff, second by Alderman Waller, to receive the minutes and place on file. Is there any discussion? All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. We'll go to committees. Finance Safety Service, Chairman Putoff.
Alderman Radke with
disbursements. Your Honor, first thing on the agenda is disbursements. Total disbursements for December 16, 2015 are $805,769.81. I move that this report be received, placed on file, and the bills paid in the usual manner.
I'll second.
Have a motion by Alderman Radke, second by Alderman Payton, to receive the disbursements, place on file, and pay the bills in the usual manner. Is there any discussion? Have a roll call vote. Call the roll.
Alderman Putoff.
Aye.
Ferrari.
Aye.
Waldorf. Aye. Lukosius.
Aye.
Radke.
Aye.
Mueller.
Aye.
Sapienza.
Aye.
Payton.
Motion approved. Okay.
Alderman Ferrari with the police report.
How do you, are we changing?
No, just go ahead and give the report. We'll go through all the reports in the finance and the public services, and then we'll do one consent vote on all the reports when we're finished. So just go ahead and do whatever it is you have on your report. It's just you won't make a motion.
Well, it is different, but, okay, we have the Peru Police Department monthly report for November 2015.
Is there anything that you wanted Chief Burnby to say, like normal?
Yep, also have the approved fire department monthly report for October 2015.
Is there anything on the report that you wanted to?
And also November fire department monthly report.
Okay, anything further from Finance Safety Services?
I think in the next couple of weeks, we'll have a review of the fund balance comparison report that we'll review over the course of the last few years on where we're going with each funding area. We'll also look at a reserve policy to establish for cities, councils for future years, and there's a few other things that we're working on from a finance committee. All in all, that's all, Your Honor.
Okay, Public Services, Chairman Waldorf.
Yes, sir. Alderman Lukosius, please.
Yes, tonight we have the electric department monthly report, and I really don't have anything to report on it.
Is there any hydro report on that one?
No, there's not.
None?
No.
Next, Your Honor, I have the Public Works monthly report for October 2015 and November 2015. It details the work that the Public Works Department is doing, and also its overtime that the guys have worked, and the overtime that we've paid. Moving on to the building and zoning, please.
Your Honor, I'd like to make a motion to accept October.
No motion.
Just,
Building and zoning report for October 2015 and November 2015. Nothing out of the ordinary report.
Next, Your Honor, I have the water and wastewater treatment plant. Going backwards, Your Honor, the City of Peru Water and Wastewater Treatment Plants report. The water treatment plant, total water produced is a little over 86 million gallons. The wastewater treatment plants, at the East plant, we treated a little over 39 million gallons. At the West plant, almost 40 million gallons. So I'll make a motion that we receive this report and place it on file.
The recreation? Is somebody gonna cover the Peru recreation? Okay, so do we have a motion then to receive the reports and place on file?
Second, Your Honor.
Okay, we have a motion by Alderman Mueller, a second by Alderman Lukosius to receive the reports and place on file. Is there any further discussion?
I think the city's saving a lot on salts this year. We've been very fortunate, so that's good news.
An article in the paper about that, Chief. If the rain was snow, and it would have been miserable. Not that it wasn't.
Is that what it averages, 15,000 on a fallout?
Well, we estimated, I think Jeff talked with the guys, and I would have estimated a 10-hour for all 13 trucks, would have each had 10 hours. So when you put, and on a Sunday overtime, and with about 90 tons of salt that would have been used during that 10 hours, when you add those, the labor costs, fuel costs, and the salt costs, it definitely, a 10-hour storm is gonna cost you $15,000.
Yeah.
Plenty.
Okay, we have a motion, a second to receive reports, place on file. All in favor, signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carried.
Next, Your Honor, I have a motion to execute an engineering agreement with Chamlin and Associates for the 13th Street floodplain study.
I'll second that, Your Honor.
A motion by Alderman Waldorf, second by Alderman Lukosius to execute engineering agreement with Chamlin Associates for the 13th Street floodplain study. Is there any discussion?
Is there an estimated cost on it?
Yeah, we do have. Go ahead, Eric.
I handed out some copies of, the agreement, and, on that back, 52,000, and then if these are, there we go. If you'd also note, that there is potentially a review fee from FEMA for $8,000. Typically, it's waived, but we did want to note that there is potentially that fee. Okay, thank you.
You would authorize execution of a proposal from Chamlin Associates dated December 10, 2015.
Okay, we'll have a roll call vote. Clerk call roll.
Alderman Putoff.
Aye.
Ferrari.
Aye.
Waldorf. Aye. Lukosius.
Aye.
Radke.
Aye.
Mueller.
Aye.
Sapienza. Payton.
Aye.
Motion approved.
Next, Your Honor, I'd like to make a motion to authorize the electric department and the city clerk to seek sealed proposals for the sale of a surplus 7,500 KVA high, 34.5 low, 13.8 volt transformer.
Second, Your Honor.
Have a motion by Alderman Lukosius, second by Alderman Waldorf to authorize electric department and city clerk to seek sealed proposals for the sale of a surplus 7,500 KVA transformer. Is there any discussion?
You say surplus, I mean, we have too many of them, is that what?
I don't know.
What did, I think I said 15,000?
Well, a little more than that, but this particular one is not part of all the transformers we have within the city, so he wouldn't want to put this in, it's a different brand type thing. So it's surplus, he said, we're not going to use this again, so let's put it out for bid, and, yeah, he knows there's some companies out there that would be interested. So rather than just sell it to one, we'll take sealed quotes, bring it to the committee, and then hopefully back, to the highest bidder. And we'll get with Doug and get an ordinance for January 18th, I think, is the turnaround time.
It's a size, correct? It's a size that we don't use anymore. Everything is a little larger now, and to have it sit there and have condensation, it'll ruin itself, so that's why Kai suggested to go ahead and sell it. So we have a motion, a second. We'll have a roll call vote. Clerk, call the roll.
Alderman Putoff.
Aye.
Ferrari.
Aye.
Waldorf.
Aye.
Lukosius.
Aye.
Radke.
Aye.
Mueller. Sapienza. Peyton.
Motion approved. Anything further, public service? No? Reports from city attorney, ordinances, resolutions?
I did not prepare those.
The first ordinance is an ordinance authorizing the execution of a collective bargaining agreement between the City of Peru and the Metropolitan Alliance of Police, Peru Police Dispatch, Chapter 642.
I'll make a motion that the ordinance be adopted as written and read.
Second, Your Honor.
Have a motion by Alderman Paul, second by Alderman Ferrari to approve the ordinance as written and read. Is there any discussion? Have a roll call vote.
Alderman Putoff.
Aye.
Ferrari.
Aye.
Waldorf. Lukosius.
Aye.
Radke.
Aye.
Mueller. Sapienza. Peyton.
Motion approved.
We do have the,
Prepared the levy ordinance, I didn't prepare the abatement. You do have it, okay.
I have the ordinance, but I do not have the abatement ordinances.
Okay, I'll prepare those for the next meeting. I was under a misunderstanding. So, they don't have to be filed, actually, the abatement ordinances, until February. But, we'll have them for the next meeting then.
So the ordinance I have is an ordinance levying taxes for the corporate purposes for the City of Peru for the fiscal year beginning on May 1st, 2015, and ending April 30th, 2016. Should be the calendar year, shouldn't it?
No, it's fiscal year.
Fiscal year, okay. So the tax levy exhibit is as follows: general corporate purpose tax is 0, garbage tax 100,000, recreation system tax 50,000, police pension fund tax $410,311, fireman's pension fund tax for $46,289, and under Peru library taxes, general purpose taxes $338,565. Building and maintenance, $45,142. Liability insurance, $60,845, for a total of $444,552 for the Peru Library, and a total tax levy for the City of Peru of $1,091,792.
I'll make a motion the ordinance be adopted as read and written.
Justin, what was the total percentage increase?
Yeah, it's 4.98% increase. Did you hear me, Dave? 4.98?
I'll second the.
Who made the motion?
I did.
Okay, we have a motion by Alderman Putoff, second by Alderman Radke to approve the ordinance as written and read. Is there any discussion?
Yes, Your Honor. I just want to say that I will abstain because my wife sits on the library board.
Okay, we'll have
Your Honor, I wanted to point out in the tax levy, the majority of our tax levy goes towards the police pensions and the firemen's pensions from the city standpoint. You see that the city has a great deal, like most cities or all cities in the state, an obligation to the pensions, and out of that tax levy, it's still a percentage of what the city has to pay. We annually pay about $800,000 a year in the police pension, or what we're obligated to pay, and the tax levy is just a portion of that. So the majority of that funding, your street programs, those things of that nature, do not come from the tax levy. In addition, according to what we received, we've also given the library or approved the library as far as all of the mandated, funds that they should receive.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. We'll take a roll call vote.
Alderman Putoff.
Aye.
Ferrari.
Abstain.
Waldorf.
Aye.
Lukosius.
Aye.
Radke.
Aye.
Mueller.
Aye.
Sapienza. Peyton.
Motion approved. Okay.
Yes, the next is a resolution authorizing the execution of an intergovernmental automatic mutual aid agreement between the City of Oglesby and the City of Peru. And this is the same form as the one that you have presently with the City of LaSalle. So it'd be an automatic mutual aid. You have one now with LaSalle. This would now be one with Oglesby.
Okay, we have a motion to approve the resolution as written and read.
So moved, Your Honor.
I'll second.
A motion by Alderman Ferrari, second by Alderman Payton to approve the resolution as written and read. Is there any discussion?
You want to highlight that, Jeff?
Hello? Okay. Sorry, this thing. Okay.
Jeff, when your finger's on it and it's red, it's hot.
We'll see.
Just kind of like fire.
Copy that. Okay. Basically what we have here is, anytime we have a major incident in town, structure fire, anything big, we have what we call an auto aid agreement, and right now we currently have one with LaSalle, and that's where dispatch is automatically calling LaSalle where they don't have a fire officer telling them to call them. So if I come in with a house fire right now, the page would come to us and LaSalle at the same time. So I'm getting an engine coming from LaSalle that just backs us up. What this is doing the same thing with Oglesby. Because my normal call out, especially during the day, is I'm bringing in LaSalle and Oglesby to the scene, and usually Spring Valley in the house. So this way, I don't have to make that decision. I know that these three companies are all notified at the same time I am, and they're all coming this way. So this is it's a quicker dispatch for help to come in and help us on the fire scene. Okay, if there's no further discussion, we'll have a roll call vote. Call roll.
Alderman Putoff.
Aye.
Ferrari.
Aye.
Waldorf.
Aye.
Lukosius.
Aye.
Radke.
Aye.
Mueller. Sapienza. Peyton.
Motion approved. Anything further from the attorney, resolutions, ordinances?
No, sir.
Okay, unfinished business. Do we have any unfinished business? New business.
Your Honor, I've gotten a lot of feedback on Christmas decorations from people in the city of Peru, and one of the outstanding ones is the West Clocks. The owners of West Clocks put up the old photos and things of that nature. It was really creative, and if there's some way we can acknowledge that at the city council sometime, I think that would be a wonderful thing to do. Certainly was above and beyond what any of our expectations were, and a real classy job.
Yeah, it looks very nice down there, and went through the West Clocks Museum today, and that's well worth some time spent in there.
Yeah.
They've done a wonderful job in there. Actually, the whole facility, they're doing a wonderful job in there. And they have some pretty good plans for the future as well. And they have $40,000 in decorations. That's what they have invested in their Christmas decorations. Okay,
Also, Your Honor, on the agenda, I move that we seek applicants for position of bookkeeper.
I will second that.
This is to fill a vacancy, an upcoming vacancy.
okay. Motion to seek applicants for position of bookkeeper. We have a motion by Alderman Radke, second by Alderman Waldorf. Is there any discussion on that? Okay, we'll have a roll call vote. Clerk, call the roll.
Alderman Putoff.
Aye.
Ferrari.
Aye.
Waldorf. Lukosius.
Aye.
Radke.
Aye.
Mueller. Sapienza. Peyton.
Motion approved. Any other new business?
Yes, Your Honor, I'd like to take a moment to report on something. I'm going to give you a presentation tonight and hand out an advance copy of what 5,664 city residents and businesses in Peru will receive in the mail in the next couple of days. And basically, this is an initiative of all of you in conversations really on a one-on-one basis really for quite some time about, continuing to be transparent and get information out to the members of the community with what's going on in the community. One of the things we have in this room and all of our residents obviously is a great deal of pride living here in Peru and all the wonderful things going on, whether it's our parks, our schools, our library, our electric department, and that sort of thing. So, as you know, for the past about 8 months, a lot of the city employees have been putting together a new initiative talking about the pride in the community, and that initiative is called Peru Pride. You've been seeing that on Facebook, I think, starting back in April with some of the things we've been putting on Facebook, starting out with Peru Pride. And so we've been working behind the scenes, collecting some data, and this week, like I said, 5,664 mailings will be going out. Everybody in town, the businesses will be getting this. It's a new initiative called Peru Pride. It's a magazine that's going to tell the people about, for example, all the infrastructure that went on in 2015. We're going to talk about all the businesses that came into Peru just this past year. We're going to have common questions for the people. Where do they pay their light bill, and where do they call for questions and that sort of thing. We're featuring every school that serves the city, from our public schools to our parochial schools. City wards are going to be profiled with the parks and all the things in the various wards. And then this year, we're covering all the city departments, a little bit of profile on them. So I'm going to give you all an advance copy. The mail is going out as we speak, so it should be arriving in people's doors here in the next couple of days. We're really pleased with it. Next year, and it's in here, the 2016 edition is going to spotlight on volunteers in the community. We're going to talk about all the boards that we have and all the volunteers serving on commissions, whether it's the library boards or the Friends of the Peru Pool, the Planning Commission, the Zoning Commission, and then we're going to pick some key people in the community maybe that we're going to profile specially. For example, Board of Fire and Police Commissioners, and I know we're talking about next year, but there's a gentleman who's been on the Board of Fire and Police Commissioners, Bill Velasnik, for 45 or 46 years. So when we talk about the board next year, we're going to have a picture and we're going to interview Bill, and so we're going to cover all the citizen volunteers in the community next year. So with that, I'm going to hand out an advance copy, and it will be in your mailboxes very soon.
Okay, Chief Burnaby. Chief Burnaby.
Yes.
Do we have anything to report on the resident that we have in Pulaski Park?
Yes, I know some people have inquired about what these city ordinances are, and I'm going to talk in general terms, not about anybody specific, but basically the issue, really of homeless people. The Illinois Valley is fortunate enough to have PADS, which is a homeless shelter, but not just because you have a shelter, it doesn't mean somebody has to go into a shelter. Obviously, people with their rights are entitled to essentially be homeless. They don't have to go into shelters and that sort of thing. So we do have, like I think several communities, we do have a situation with a homeless population. It's a relatively small homeless population. we deal with on a daily basis. All the local police departments generally do, because we're out there on the streets, and we offer services to folks by getting them 2 pads, or working with the Salvation Army folks down in Peoria, and they have offices where we have funds that we can help people. However, it's not mandatory that people have to take help. And as long as somebody's not a danger to themselves or others, they're entitled to live amongst us the way some people elect to do, and that's their choice. We do have an ordinance that says that people can't be in our parks after hours. People have asked me, if people are staying in the parks after hours, why can't something be done, or shouldn't be something done? And the answer to that is, an ordinance violation is not something that you can arrest somebody for. You can only give them a ticket. You can't take somebody into custody for an ordinance violation, because it's not a jailable offense. So if somebody's in the parks after hours, we have to move them along. But someone can be in our parks or on city streets and that sort of thing the rest of the day, and that sort of thing. We do have one situation, as the mayor said, that we are keeping an eye on to make sure that the personal possessions don't become a nuisance and that sort of thing. But there's really not a lot we should do or we can do other than trying to offer social services to people. And we're not going to, the officers can't go beyond that, and they shouldn't go beyond that.
Your Honor, I had another issue. The home on 12th Street that we've had a number of problems over the course of years, I understand has been finally sold to a bank.
13th, you mean?
13th Street,
Ben Roman's.
Roman House.
Benedict.
Yeah, it's been bought by a bank. Now, if we can find the owner or that bank who bought it, if we can put some pressure on them to either get the place down, just recently, I guess just last week, to either take the place down or make some massive improvements to it.
Well, it's an attorney with Fidelis and Associates, and we've spoken to her. At that time, they didn't have title. We will follow up.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm just having a tough time with this microphone, I apologize. Yeah, we were there today. We had a very high water reading there, 28,000 cubic feet. And we went there and looked at it, and they had a broken pipe, and it's been going all month. So we shut the water off to it today, and I brought up both the bills and everything, gave it to Scott today, and he was going to follow up with them. So. The property on Main Street, he pretty much said he's letting go back to the bank, so I don't know if that's happened yet or not, but he said he wasn't gonna do anything to it, he's just gonna let it go back to the bank.
Well, what we can do is take a default on that now, on, that, property and, get title. But, you know, we're gonna have to raise it unless you wanna wait for the bank to take title and then, force them.
That's the one on Main?
Yeah, the one on Main Street, and it's a mess.
I took a picture of the notice.
Yeah, what they do is have, mortgage service companies that do pretty minimal maintenance.
Apparently they do a good job.
It's air conditioning.
Windows are
What do you think, maybe we ought to make it a
Well, let's get a take on that now. If we acquire title, are you willing to raise it? No, I don't think you do neither, but I mean, well, he'll probably, I think he's giving a deed in lieu of foreclosure to the bank, but I mean, there's obviously no equity. It's a negative equity property. Well, you mean, that's what they bid in at the foreclosure sale. I mean,
Got it, but they've got a responsibility, right?
right, exactly. And that's a valuable lot if the house was raised.
Jeff, also real quick, could you check south of the LP Stadium? I don't know who owns that property. I don't know if it's cities, but there's all kinds of garbage in that it's getting real bad. Right by the parking lot south of the LP Stadium on 7th. I want to say it's city property, but I'm not sure. I mean, it's bad.
Any other new business? Petition communications?
Just the one communication we had with Julie Sloan, representing the United Way, earlier this evening at the Committee of the Whole. She had sent an email correspondence to my attention that I forwarded on to all the elected officials, asking for permission to place 3 thermometer fundraising signs throughout the city. It's an extension of our current sign policy, which is, Jeff, 14 days? 14 days. It would grant, it would allow her to do that for, looks like the period of 3 months.
I'd like to add with approval of Public Works.
Okay, we have a motion to receive the communication, placed on file, and grant permission, and she needs to stay in touch with our building inspector, code ordinance. We have a motion? Motion by Alderman Sapienza, second by Alderman Mueller. All in favor, signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Any other petitions, communications?
Oh, Your Honor.
Public comment? Do we have any public comment? Okay, no closed session, motion for adjournment? Alderman Ferrari and Alderman Putoff. All in favor? Aye. Meeting adjourned.